All right, it is time for the greatest exercise of all time, the hip thrust. This is definitely one of my favorite exercises. Okay, relatively easy setup once you get it down. You want to find a box. I prefer a 16-inch high box. Okay, if you're a little bit taller, you might need to go up to a 24-inch. Okay, or some ladies that I know like to go down even to a 12-inch box. It just helps them with their joint angles a little bit more. Okay, but I'm about 6 foot tall. I like a good old 16-inch box. So we're gonna need hip pad. We want to start pretty close to this box. Okay, you want the bottom of your shoulder blades to be right on the edge of it. Okay, elbows being able to grab onto the edge. Okay? It's gonna help us get set up off the start. Make sure this hip pads dead down the center. Everything's all lined up. Okay, big thing I want you guys to think about, especially as we get into this, is keeping our arms straight and lats locked in. You're gonna have to pull your feet in, make sure they're nice and even. The distance we want them from, up top, we want our knees to be 90 degrees. Okay, we don't want them too far away. That's gonna be way too much hamstring and really feels weird in our quads, and we just don't get that good of a drive out of our glutes. So pull those legs in there nice and close. You can see some of us, this bar will already come off the ground. Don't worry, that's not a big deal. Okay, lock those shoulder blades onto the top of that box. Punch up with your hips. Okay, we want to make sure this chin is tucked in. Okay, this is going to help protect our spine as well as keep our core braced. Okay, it is very crucial that your rib cage stays locked down in this movement. Okay, hands are straight, pushing this bar away, getting those lats locked in. You're going to hinge, dropping those hips down. Okay, you can go all the way down to your butt touches the ground, squeeze back up. Make sure you have that full foot drive. A lot of our mind muscle connection from our glutes is going to start in the ball of our big foot, okay, in that big toe. We have to make sure that stays rooted, pushing through our whole foot, just like our squats, just like our deadlifts. We never want to roll up onto our toe, go back onto our heel or anything like that. You want to finish each rep with that big lockout up top. Make sure that we are not arching our back, okay? When we get popped up here, some of us may have the tendency to extend here. Notice, my core is not engaged. My back is arched. This, I feel a lot of pressure. If we do hip thrust right, okay, we should feel no pressure in that low back. It's actually very therapeutic for our low back. Creates a lot of lengthening to it if done properly, rather than compression like some of our bigger lifts like deadlift, squats. That's why it's one of my favorites to pair with those big moves. It doesn't hurt my back, but I can get a lot more volume and weight into my legs. Okay, make sure you tuck that hip up, big squeeze. And there is the hip thrust.